welcome to this week's The Story of a Poor Boy. I'm Mikey.
I'm Matt.
And this week we're going to be briefly talking about Liverpool versus Bury, although everything that we talk about will be what we've read on the internet because neither of us watched it. I was asleep for the England game and he didn't watch it because he was watching something else.
What was I doing? No, actually, you know what? I did watch the England game.
Oh, all right, then. There you go.
I was laughing. It was really funny.
He didn't watch it because he voted Brexit.
Hey, fuck you. I was cheering on Degsy Lovren, and when he was kicking everyone, it was great.
Yes, Degsy.
Specifically the Spurs players, because I enjoyed that.
We'll talk about the World Cup final, which has just finished, and well done to France.
Lovren, no.
Gutter for Dejan. But other than that, we'll talk about Xherdan Shaqiri, who has finally been confirmed as a Liverpool player. Which I called on May the 4th, I believe that tweet was.
Yeah.
And then we're going to look quickly into the thing that takes up so many hours of your life every year. That is Fantasy Premier League. And me and Matt have done our teams. We've run through them. We've had a little conversation about them already. And
save some surprises, though.
Yeah, honest to God. It's going to start already, this bickering. It starts every year. And we're going to do it for the draft as well at some point, I assume, which would be really good. It'd be good if we get the Story of a Poor Boy league set up.
That'd be great.
Yeah, me and you.
and Jamie.
And Jamie, yeah.
And
right.
Panda Cat, maybe.
Yeah, Panda Cat. Yeah. Although, not if Reddit have the...
Oh, yeah, we got banned from Reddit. Yeah. It's fine. Fuck you, mods.
They won't listen to this. It's fine.
Nah.
They didn't even know how often we posted. So, so let's talk about Liverpool versus Bury. Sorry, Jamie glared at me when I said Buddy before. So Liverpool versus Bury, 0-0 draw. Followed the 3-2 win in midweek over Tranmere as well, which we haven't talked about, so we can mention that as well.
Okay.
There's one major talking point from that game.
A little bit.
Which carried on into this game, and we can see the effect of that clanger, shall we say, in this game.
Yeah.
So obviously we're talking about Loris Karius, which, not many Liverpool podcasts do. I don't know why no one's talking about Loris Karius these days.
Yeah, it seems to be really going under the radar.
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? So Karius keeps himself in the headlines again with what is an absolute howler. And within, I reckon, about 30 seconds of seeing that clip, I'd changed my mind instantly from I'm alright with Loris Karius starting the first game of the season to Liverpool need to have another goalkeeper between the sticks come August, whatever the date is we play West Ham.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement because it's not his performance. Well, it kind of is, but it's if the crowd at Tranmere can rattle him. And because they were constantly jeering and just taking the piss out of him. If the crowd at Tranmere is going to do that to him and cause that performance, what the fuck is it going to be like at Anfield? Because Anfield is horrible. It is. The Kop are horrible to goalkeepers.
Yeah, and no one's got any patience for keepers. They want to see the ball released quickly. They want to see a counter-attack.
Which I get the frustrations because we've dealt with Simon Mignolet for a lot longer than we should have, and that was frustrating. And then when Karius came in, people were just on his back immediately, and it's just going to be so horrible. I feel like he needs to be taken out of the line of fire for his own good.
Yeah,
because it could destroy his career. It could that Kop crowd could destroy his career.
Normal has become really non-existent for Loris Karius now. Do you know what I mean? So it's either one extreme or the other, and there's no. There's no Loris Karius will go under the radar this week about anything anymore because it's either going to be the copper clapping him as he comes out and going that extra mile, or the copper screaming for him to be replaced and Danny Ward or Camille Grabara to get a game.
Yeah. It really scares me that reports have come out and say, oh yeah, Klopp's looking to give Danny Ward a chance. And it's like
doesn't scare him.
He's been here for a while.
But he's been here for a while, but he's been out on loan a lot of times. He's impressed at Aberdeen and he impressed at Huddersfield as well when he was there. Jurgen wanted them around last year because he wanted 3 senior goalkeepers, apparently, in case anything was to happen. What that would say to me is he wanted 3 senior goalkeepers because he didn't trust the main 2. Do you know what I mean?
Possibly, yeah.
What other team has 3 senior goalkeepers? I've heard of 2. I mean, Arsenal got Czech and Ospina, United have got De Gea and Romero.
Yeah.
Chelsea got Courtois and Caballero. City, Ederson and Claudio Bravo.
Yeah.
Tottenham, I've got Lloris and Vaughan. Fine, that's fine. Liverpool, I've got Mignolet and Karius and Ward, and they are probably on similar levels. Do you know what I mean?
But if we want a new keeper, if we're that desperate for a new keeper, do we not want someone who's not at Mignolet and Karius' level? We want someone better.
Do you not think his ceiling's higher up?
Possibly.
And there's a level of unknown in Danny Ward as well. I'm glad we're talking about this because I wanted to bring this up anyway. That Danny Ward will be starting against Blackburn because as I was saying, the fallout of the Karius mistake seems to have been Jurgen Klopp has turned around and said, I don't want my goalkeepers only having 45 minutes now. I want my goalkeepers to have 70 minutes, maybe 90 minutes.
Okay.
He said that after the game yesterday because that's why Karius stayed in until the 70th minute when Grabara comes on for him.
And Ward wasn't on the bench.
Yeah, apparently Danny Ward was training in Millwood.
Yeah. No,
so if Danny Ward's going to start against Blackburn, more difficult opposition than Bury, admittedly, you might get. I would assume you probably get something similar in the fact that Grabara might come on for him in the 70th minute or something like that, but it won't be Ward coming off for Karius or the other way around. It will be bring on a youth goalkeeper, which gives someone. It gives them all a chance, really, doesn't it? But the thing with Ward in particular is we saw with Klopp that he's willing to give players a chance after a while of getting used to his systems as well.
No, he is.
Moreno and Karius in particular.
Yeah, and Robertson.
And Robertson, exactly.
Yeah.
And Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Once they've had the chance to get used to what he's after, then maybe that's what we're seeing with Klopp.
I think I read that Ward had matured as well.
Yeah.
And that Klopp was really, really like that. Like, he liked his talent, but he didn't like his immaturity and maybe his discipline. But now maybe that season, not going out on loan and sticking around with the first team, maybe that's spurred him on to change him away that Klopp wanted him to. So maybe.
The thing is, if you are after... People are after a panic buy from Liverpool this summer, and everyone... Liverpool aren't stupid. Everyone in Europe knows Liverpool are after a goalkeeper right now, and Alisson's price is probably 15-20 million more to us than it is to the likes of Chelsea who are linked with him. And Chelsea aren't going to want to sell Courtois to us as a reaction to the Alisson signing, because they're going to look at it and be like, well, Liverpool's one proper weakness is their goal. So we're not going to then hand them the final piece of the jigsaw as we see it to challenge them for the title and having a serious tilt at it next season. I mean, I'm not saying that the keeper will stop us from doing that, but I'm saying good goalkeepers get you 10 points a season on their own.
Alright, Mr. Cliche.
Right, look at David De Gea last season.
Yeah, I know, but
Man United finished second because of him.
People said the exact same when Arsenal signed Cech.
And that season
that was hilarious.
That season he did, to be fair. The first season Petr Cech did. It's just the fact that they signed an aging goalkeeper, which is why we can't go after Subasic or someone like that. Because he's in...
We don't want someone on the decline.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want someone in decline. We want someone whose peak years are ahead of them. And if we're after just someone different, and we're not after... Maybe we're looking long term, and we're going to be like, alright, well, we'll wait and see what Oblak is going for next year. Yeah, next year when Simeone eventually leaves or whenever.
He never will. We say it every year. Everyone says it every year. He's going to die at that club.
Maybe.
He's going to be buried at Atletico.
Well, yeah, exactly. Alright, well, Courtois.
Yeah.
Or Alisson.
Yeah.
Someone like that. See what they do in the long term. If Liverpool don't want to panic buy, we've seen already a precedent's been set for Klopp. He doesn't want to go out and panic buy a centre half. We end up with Virgil van Dijk after 6 months.
I completely understand that.
Naby Keita took 12 months.
The thing is, it seems different a little bit to the Van Dijk thing, because Klopp still did have two pretty good centre halves. And he had Klavan as backup, and he had Gomez as backup. We don't have
Mata.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant as the end of the season. Sorry, I thought you were on about Van Dijk, Lovren.
No.
Oh, right,
like before Van Dijk came in, he had two good centre halves in Lovren and Matip.
Right.
He had Klavan and he had Gomez. As backup.
Sorry, carry on. I thought you were on about now. But
I usually get things wrong, but not today.
You forgot about Matip last week.
Yeah, I know. But said not today.
All right, go on, carry on.
But we're kind of in a position where, like, Mignolet's shite.
Yeah.
Karius is done. We might only have one semi-decent goalkeeper who we actually don't know is any good or not. That is why I think it's a little bit different, and you maybe can't wait and be patient like we did with Van Dijk, because we did still have like a stopgap at centre-back. We don't really have that. We have two knowns, one to be crap and one to be done, and one unknown. And that scares me a bit.
I understand that as well. I wonder what Liverpool see as the future for Grabara as well, because the thing I saw from James Pearce as a while ago was that the club rate him really highly. Now, I'm not saying for 1 minute Liverpool are going to go into this season and start a 19-year-old goalkeeper.
Ah, fuck it, why not?
But why not? But
it can't be worse. It can't.
But Liverpool, you know, being sensible about this. If Liverpool go into the season, they're not going to go in with Ward and Grabara as their two main goalkeepers. Yeah. But I don't think if we see Grabara as a long-term option, I don't think going out and spending £70 million is going to be what Jurgen wants to do. And you know, he's been priced out. You know, Jurgen Klopp has said if the money is there, we will go out and we'll spend it on the right player, and he doesn't care, because we've had to spend 75 on Van Dijk.
Yeah,
fine, done. We've had to spend 50 on Keita in the end. Gone out, done it. But I don't know. I sense a reluctance for Liverpool to go out and do that. And in all fairness, I'm not sold on Alisson 100%. Anyway, I know you're not either.
I just don't think any goalkeepers are actually any good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless you're buying David De Gea for 150 million or whatever he costs these days, because that's what he's worth to United at the end of the day, then you're going to get a goalkeeper that makes issues out of thin air, basically. I mean, you've only got to look at Hugo Lloris.
I was literally about to say that.
Hugo Lloris has created a problem out of nothing today. Subasic has been poor for at least 2 of the goals as well, and good goalkeepers make mistakes, but it's how they recover from them, and that's what we're saying with Karius, is that we don't see a recovery as much now in terms of his mental state, which is a shame. It really is a shame.
And we don't help.
We don't help
I
either.
will stand by Papa Cop is fucking horrible to keepers.
Yeah, no, we don't help. But I mean, you say keepers, the Klopp is horrible to anybody who, you know, they don't.
Who they've decided to turn on.
Yeah, exactly. If once the Klopp is sold on you, or not sold on you, as the case may be, that's it then. Jordan Henderson is the prime example of this, in the fact that there are people in 305 who will, first game Jordan Henderson plays this season, will be straight back on his back. After he was fantastic against Roma, after he was pretty good against Real Madrid for the first half anyway. It's one of them.
Yeah.
Dejan Lovren, exactly the same. Dejan Lovren's having a bit of a re-emergence since Van Dijk's come back in. Looks a completely different player. Regards himself as a completely different player. And, you know, he's still going to be hated.
Of course.
That's it. Moreno's the same.
What were we on about anyway? Bury and Tranmere.
Yeah. So we were on about Bury and Tranmere. So the Tranmere game, I mean, you can't really take anything from these in the fact that Liverpool are 3-0 up in the first half. The first half is won by Team A, and then Team B comes on and loses 2-0.
Yeah.
It's one of those. You've got players playing out of position, but there are a couple of players who need to step up a notch.
Origi?
Divock Origi in particular. We've spoke recently about what we would do in terms of our striking options for next season, because we're not signing a striker. Origi seems to be playing his way out of that.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. He's been given a chance to impress, and he's just kind of not.
Do you think Shaqiri coming in has dented Origi's chances of staying?
Possibly, because Origi can play on the wing as well, can't he? I know he did that when he was out on... Well...
he did plays on the wing occasionally.
He did that when he was out on loan.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe Shaqiri coming in gives him less of a chance. And Sturridge seemingly playing a bit deeper.
Yeah, he just dropped off, and that's impressive.
Yeah, and like he's acknowledged that it's a new role, and he's enjoying it, and maybe that is his future. Like he doesn't have to run much anymore. Maybe that's conserving his legs. Maybe there are plans for him at Liverpool in the future.
The thing
that I again would push Origi out.
The thing that I like about that is that I think Daniel Sturridge will be under no uncertain terms. Will Daniel Sturridge be starting away at Man City when there's a high press and Liverpool have to be chasing the ball for 90 minutes?
Yeah.
However, when it comes to a game at home against Cardiff or against Fulham, these teams who are going to turn up at Anfield and they're just going to be like, right, okay, if we hold off here, 10 men behind the ball, go for the points.
He could be that guy who comes up with a moment of magic.
Exactly.
Him and Shaqiri, maybe.
Well, exactly. I mean, we've got two players there automatically who would walk into most teams in the Premier League, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, there are 13, 14 teams who would gladly have either of them. The dog's broken. But yeah, I'm impressed with Sturridge and less so with Divock Origi, unfortunately. Origi strikes me as someone who might be back out on loan again this season.
Possibly, yeah.
But sometimes you have to cut all ties. I think Liverpool need to learn from the Emre Can situation, I think, and the fact that I've got to a point where we've let Emre Can's contract run down to a point where now we've lost him for free. If we were to get rid of Origi, and I'm not saying it's all over for him, but if he's not prepared to put the effort in, and he's got Dom Solanke ahead of him already as well, Daniel Sturridge is trying to reinvent himself. We've got Harry Wilson who's showing a bit of form, Ryan Kent, Ben Woodburn's playing quite well, Brian Brewster's already
I wanted to say Tranmere, Kent was brilliant. I thought he was absolutely brilliant.
I think Ryan Kent is one of those players who will show a lot of talent, but there's a lot of frustration in there as well.
Oh, yeah, he definitely seems like that kind of player. But in that 45 minutes that he played against Tranmere, I was impressed.
Lazar Markovic kind of style.
Don't do that to the lad.
No, do you remember in his first season? Do you remember in his first season where you saw Markovic and you were like, you know what, you've got a lot of talent there. You could be a top player. And then he played right wing back instead because Rodgers ended up doing it.
Yeah, and then he's still around.
Yeah, he's not for much longer.
No, God, I hope not. Please get rid of him. Please, someone take him and Bogdan off our hands, please, because they're still on Liverpool books.
Bogdan's on loan now, isn't he?
Still on Liverpool books.
I think this is the last one. I think this is his last season, and then his contract runs out. Hopefully,
he's just an even shitter at Sheeran.
Oh God. So Rafa Camacho has played well in the last couple of games as well.
Yes.
Worth mentioning. Scores a goal.
Yeah, took his goal well.
Yeah, and looks good in the kit as well. As do all the lads. To be fair, that purple kit is nice.
I'm getting it, and I'm getting my mum one. And my brother reckons he's getting my mum one, but I had the idea first. So if you're listening, Sam, you're not.
Is he a Liverpool member?
You.
Is he a Liverpool member? Because you get 10% discount.
Ah, okay then. Maybe I'll have a word and say,
don't buy a Liverpool membership if that's all you're buying it for, by the way. I'm not here selling Liverpool memberships at all. Get them for tickets, sound, yeah, but don't fucking buy it for discounts. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a lot of hassle.
It's not even worth it for tickets half the time.
Oh my God, it's ticket sales on Tuesday. Should we talk about ticket sales on Tuesday?
We'll do it next week.
We'll do it next week, okay.
We'll do it next week. We'll talk about...
ready for the most horrible day.
Because what we can do is we can collect a big assortment of tweets of everyone fucking fuming about how bad the ticket sales have been.
What goes wrong this time?
Yeah.
Who got to the end of checkout and you just binned everything?
I'll have evens on it crashing again at 8:15.
Oh my God, the servers are made of potatoes.
Yeah. And then going live again at 10 o'clock. I've had to take the full day off work just in case. I'm
getting there early.
Right.
I think I'm going to try and get to work about 7:30.
Fuck's sake.
It's going to kill me.
Yeah.
But, breakfast, it's fine. Work do a nice breakfast, so I'm happy.
Season starts soon.
I'll treat myself to an omelette.
When's Liverpool on the Sunday?
Yes.
So Liverpool's first game is 4 weeks today.
That's
season.
Lovely, that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Only 4 weeks footballless. Having the World Cup has been great. Because it's only 4 weeks until
it's not even 4 weeks when you think about it, because the championship starts the week before.
Yes.
So
3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks, really. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. He's going through something. I don't really know what, but he's going through
stuff.
Yeah, he's going through changes, shall we say? He's only a baby. Yeah. So Tranmere as we say, literal game of two halves.
Yeah.
Literal.
All the cliches today.
Yeah, Bury was the same throughout.
Just a bit crap.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that Curtis Jones impressed. Not going to pretend I've saw it because I haven't. I did say to Matt, I'll just say, yeah, Curtis Jones really impressed me. No.
I was like, I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Curtis Jones, he did impress against Tranmere.
Mm-hmm.
He's impressed in the first game as well with a lovely couple of balls, particularly one through to Harry Wilson for Wilson's second. And it's nice to see another Scouser coming through.
Definitely.
And tricky fella who can have defenders on the string, as it seems. Do you know what I mean? Just takes defenders wherever he wants them to go. I'm looking forward to seeing him play more. Hopefully he gets a run out in the League Cup.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because it's difficult with attacking players, isn't it? Because managers are reluctant to give them the same opportunity as Trent's had this season.
Yeah, because you're taking away your best player.
Yeah,
to give him the time.
That's it. I mean, Liverpool were forced into change at right back this year because of Nathaniel Klein's injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joe Gomez getting injured just basically cemented Alexander Arnold as Liverpool's first choice right back. And he's grabbed it. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, I think you'll see with Klopp, with any manager in particular, you will not see them willingly put out a youngster if they can just change the formation instead.
Oh, of course.
Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, at Liverpool, let's say worst happens and we sign for Kia and his knee goes. Okay. Let's say that happens. Okay, Liverpool.
If it does happen, I'm coming back to this podcast and blaming you.
But there's an injury crisis on. Oxlade-Chamberlain's injured. Lallana. Liverpool are much more likely to play Xherdan Shaqiri behind and play Salah, Mane, Shaqiri behind Firmino than they are to play the three-man midfield. That's what I mean. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's nice to be idealistic and think it'd just be a like-for-like first teamer to youth, but in reality it's probably going to be more like a bit of a tactics change and bringing in a first teamer who can do a different kind of job.
No, definitely. Right, I think we're done with Bury, to be fair. I don't really think there's much else to talk about. It's a 0-0.
So much on it.
0-0 draw. We covered 22 minutes. That's impressive for
mainly Tranmere.
To be fair.
And goalkeepers.
Mainly goalkeepers as well, wasn't it? Yeah. But Liverpool's next game is Blackburn on Thursday. Danny Ward, as we said, will be starting in goal.
I need to talk to Lucy. I might go to that.
I think it's sold out.
Oh, fuck. Alright, fine. Won't.
No, I think at Liverpool I might be sold out, actually.
Blackburn
and then should be fine.
Lucy can sort me a ticket.
Yeah, pretty sure it might be alright. And you get to have first hand account of a pre-season friendly, which, exciting. Woo. I know. Another player who should mention, I did mention him briefly just then. Adam Lallana's looked very impressive over
he has looked sharp coming back.
Yeah.
I'm really, really happy for him, and I just hope he can stay fit. I know you're a lot more pessimistic about him than I am. If he's fit, he's a good player, and he can be in our midfield. He could be in the first team midfield.
Well, I'm pessimistic about him purely because Daniel Sturridge just broke my heart that many times.
Of course.
And not only Daniel Sturridge, Harry Kewell broke my heart that many times. With Liverpool just seems to have these players who, you could be a well beater on your day, but oh no, you're injured again.
Yeah,
Vladimir Smica, he could have been something special. Oh no, he's injured again. You can't. I feel bad for Lallana, but Liverpool play a high intensity game, and if you aren't 100% and you've got something niggling, it's gonna show.
Oh, of course.
And that's why I'm concerned about Oxlade-Chamberlain as well, but I'm not going to dwell on that until we actually see him coming back. But I'm just a bit concerned about how Liverpool are fretting about how Fekir's knee holds up.
I think they'll be careful about it with how it's how they come back, how he comes back into it. He's not going to rush.
We get the final say on anything that happens, I would assume, with Oxlade-Chamberlain. So that'll be good to make sure that everything's worked out okay with him. Riley.
He's just come up all cute and adorable with a bottle, and he's like, "Dad, play with me."
Yeah.
And no.
Oh, he's lovely.
None of it.
He's lovely. It breaks my heart when I have to say no to him. But
he likes me best anyway. It's great.
Right, Shaqiri.
Yes.
Xherdan Shaqiri has signed.
The toddler-shaped man himself.
You nasty bastard.
He is a strange shape.
He is strangely shaped. He's fucking massive as well.
I don't want to tell him he's strangely shaped. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm looking forward to seeing him so much now. The more I think about it, £13.5 million for someone of his pedigree. Whether
or not
makes
so much sense, that signing, doesn't it?
That's what Klopp said.
Yeah.
It's literally a no-brainer. No one needs to think about this at all. Liverpool had £13.5 million, and we can turn around and go, all right, well, we could sign a youth prospect, or we could sign a 26-year-old who's played Champions League football, won XYZ at Bayern Munich. Don't know what he won at Inter. He hasn't won fuck all at Stoke.
But a few games, maybe.
This is a fella who shows. He might only show flashes, but he shows talent.
Yeah, I think the showing flashes thing might be because he's been in such a poor team for so long.
Did you see the stat the other day about the chances created? He created more than any Liverpool player last season. Excellent. And that's in the fucking Stoke team.
Excellent.
He just strikes me as someone who is going to improve this Liverpool team.
Yeah. Even if it's just from the bench, that is a quality option to have to come off the bench to change a game.
What's better than last season?
Or to rotate with Mane and Salah. That is fantastic. That's really
exactly, and it's better than last season, because last season we were up to wings.
Yeah,
and that was it. I'm really excited to see him.
Have you seen all the photos?
Yeah,
they're cute, aren't they?
He's boss.
Him and Genie, they look like best mates already. And him next to fucking Virgil van Dijk. My God, the size difference is ridiculous.
Virgil van Dijk can make anyone look short, I think.
But this is just mad. I want to see him stood next to Moreno and see who's shorter, because I saw a picture of... No, it was a video, I think, of Van Dijk walking out next to Moreno for a game once.
Yeah.
And it was insane. It was little and large. Big chef, little chef. It was literally that. It was horrible. I felt really bad for the lad.
I'd rather we keep Alberto Moreno away from everyone in case he corrupts them.
No, but there's a reason we keep him around, and it's probably as entertainer.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
No, that's mean. He was good last season until he got injured. That is mean, and I will not hear a word against Alberto Moreno.
He's a bit of an idiot.
He's a simple man.
Yeah. It doesn't take much to keep Alberto happy, does it? You know what I mean?
Just jangle some keys.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, as I was saying about Shaqiri, Premier League chances created. He created 77 last season, which is level with Alexis Sanchez. Oof. The only people above him were Pascal Gross, Eden Hazard, Mesut Ozil, Cesc Fabregas, Christian Eriksen, and Kevin De Bruyne.
That's some company to be in.
Exactly. And the next, Liverpool's highest was 62, so he's 15 ahead, a little bit in that Stoke team.
Out of curiosity, who was that? Was it Firmino?
Mo Salah.
Ah,
yeah, Mo Salah created the most.
Sam.
But
it's good in.
This is we were crying out for this last season. I can't understand. Yeah,
someone who can cut through some lines and find a bit of space and just a little bit of creativity.
I feel like anybody who is playing down this transfer, and there are a couple of people we both follow who are properly not happy about it. Anyone who's playing it down is looking at highlights on Match of the Day where you see Shaqiri cut inside and try one in the top corner and it's going just wide or it's just going over and you're like, oh well, it's coming. It's coming.
What I'm thinking with these with all transfers in this year, I think would he have helped in the Champions League final? Yes, he 100% would have. He would have come on for Salah and it wouldn't have affected the team as badly as it did.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the way we have to look at it, to be honest. We have to be sensible about this and reasonable. I think Shaqiri is a fucking blinding signing from Liverpool, I really do.
Absolute no-brainer.
Anyone who's playing it down, you have to just step back and look at the bigger picture. He will help this Liverpool team. There will be weeks where Mane or Salah or Firmino can't be playing every week. So it'll be Mane, alright, you can have a rest this week. Do you remember that run of games where it was 20 games where Mane started every game from January?
Yep.
like, why? why are we in a position like this with Liverpool Football Club? Why are we in a position where one of our best players can't have a rest?
Yeah, but now we are in that position.
Yeah,
and we can bring people off on 60, and there won't be a huge drop in quality like there has been.
Yeah, and I think it's a massively exciting sign.
Yeah.
Liverpool mean business with it, although it's only £13.5 million. It's weird saying all this about a player who's played for a relegated team, but if Marko Arnautovic had stayed there last season, they wouldn't have gone down, because the pair of them together were fantastic.
If he didn't have that release clause, he'd probably be buying 30, 40, something like that.
Yeah, in this market, no doubt at all.
Definitely.
That he'd be going for something.
What did Arnautovic go for?
I can't even remember. It was last season. I can't even.
Let's say it was 30 or 40, something like that.
Why not? There's another stat here saying he created more chances per game than Mahrez, Martial, Richarlison, Lingard, Willian, and Son.
That's good.
Which they're the players around his level, you would say, at this point in time, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
obviously
fighting to get into a good team.
Yeah.
Maybe coming off the bench to change it. Obviously, Son's playing every week, but more on the peripherals, like the focus is Kane. Spurs.
15. Well, directly involved in 15 goals last season in the league. 8 goals, 7 assists. You'd take that.
Definitely.
Off the bench, you take that this season.
Take that off the bench. Honestly, take it for a normal winger. But like our wingers aren't normal at the minute.
I'd take 15 goals from a normal winger in a Liverpool team.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
but thing is, under Klopp, he's going to improve.
Yeah, he will do. And Shaqiri will be under no illusions. This is his last chance at a big team.
Yes.
And if it doesn't work out here, it's going to be back to the mid-table teams, the Newcastles, the Evertons of the world.
Brilliant. Did you see how made up they are with their 22-0 win against the pub
Fair
team?
play to them. I've got a fiver on them to win the league already.
Excellent.
Because of it.
School of Science is back.
22-0. I questioned straight away why they played a friendly in Austria rather than just playing a local game. Why not play City, Liverpool or Bootle rather than going to Austria? And I got shouted down immediately. It was just like, we go to a training camp in Austria every summer, so it's just there's that much demand for tickets that to see the game that they don't bother playing them behind closed doors this time round. They just played it on telly instead. I was nice. Like, all right, fair enough. That's fair if you're going every season and that. But I could not understand why Everton went all the way to Austria to play a team and win 22-0. Why do it?
Because it's a lot of goals. More than they probably score up until Christmas.
I was literally about to say, I'll bet you they didn't score that many goals until Christmas. They will do this season.
Nah?
I think so.
Friendly wager?
Yeah, right. I'll have you a tenner now that Everton
score more than 22 goals by Christmas.
I mean, you're losing a tenner there if you put that on. It's 22 goals, there's 19 games in the league. Yeah, that's fine. I'll happily have that. 22 goals.
They are shit, though. They are shit.
Marco Silva's a very good manager.
But they're bad.
They haven't started really signing anyone, have they? Yeah, either. Have they signed anyone? Yeah. Oh, fuck knows. I don't care. I know.
The Blues at work keep talking. It's like, all these Everton fans are panicking because we haven't bought anyone yet, and they're like, the Red Shite have bought this and this and this.
It's like us last season. It's like us last season.
When we were panicking when they won the transfer window.
Yeah, when they won the transfer window. That's what they were all on about.
Heads were rolling.
Yeah, heads were falling off all over the place because Everton won the transfer window.
Thing is, these are fuming.
I mean, this is what I was saying. I know we were talking about Shaqiri. I don't even know how we've ended up here, to be honest. But
it's funny, that's why.
Well, he's the type of player that Everton probably should have been going for this summer.
Definitely.
Shaqiri would have improved them, and they could have
improved the first team.
Yeah, exactly. They would have had Walcott, Shaqiri, and probably Cenk Tosun up front. Mm-hmm. Decent strike force. Sigurdsson behind them. That's a decent strike force.
Yeah, it's all right.
But I can't quite get my head round how they haven't started signing anyone yet.
Maybe Klopp makes it a little bit difficult. I know Klopp likes to do things early, and they've just got Silva in as well, so he's obviously betting in. I
suppose new director of football as well.
Yeah, possibly.
But it baffles me that
it's funny though.
There's less time this window as well.
Yeah.
There's about a month left roundabout. It's leaving it to the last minute this year. Just doesn't sound like the smartest thing to do.
Deadline day might be
unless
fun,
they've got no money because they've spent it all in the stadium.
What stadium?
Oh yeah. That was nice. I like that we shared that. What I was actually going to say though about that while we're on the subject is he will not. This will be a weird season for Everton because I said this a couple of weeks ago. They expected money to be spent, and that's why their heads are probably falling off now. It's because they got new owners in, and they automatically went, "All right, we've got loads of money now,
yep,
and we're going to go out and we're going to compete for the title, and we're going to compete with the red shite, and we're going to do this, that, the other." And all they've done since is sell Lukaku and Stones, and buy Rooney back. All right, they bought
go to DC United.
All right, they bought Gylfi Sigurdsson, who was at the time a higher transfer record than Liverpool's highest transfer,
which made us immediately panic the next week. And
to be fair, I shit myself, and we went, and then we just went a little bit because I was just like, if Everton are lashing 45 million quid around, what does this transfer window even mean to anyone? It wasn't a flap about Liverpool. It was just like
the window was
Everton. Everton are lashing 45 million quid on a fucking wing, a Cam who's alright. He's good footballer. I'd have him at Liverpool, but as a backup, again. As a backup. Wouldn't be spending 45 million quid on him, fuck that.
Yeah,
but
it's not my money.
That's how daft the window became last season, and it made me go, what the fucking hell is football becoming? So when I say I shit myself, it wasn't from a Liverpool point of view, it was more, fucking hell, everyone's going to have to spend so much more money now, as we proved with Van Dijk.
Yep.
Because we smashed our record and their record.
Like, worth it.
Oh yeah, completely worth it. I'd pay it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's boss. But yet there's going to be outrage and uproar at the same time is what I went to say there. Outrage and uproar. I can't fucking speak this week. I couldn't speak last week either.
I like it. It's a new word. It's good.
Outroar. There's going to be outroar when we come round to the start of the season, and if something isn't quite going their way, they're not going to be happy about it.
I can't wait.
It's going to be the same old shite. It's just more exciting to watch, kind of thing.
Work every Monday is going to be so good.
It always is, mate. Working with like this is your first proper encounter with Evertonians on a daily basis, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never worked with them before.
Yeah,
so this is going to be good.
We had growing up in Liverpool, having it in school and that every week. It's just
it's lovely, innit?
You create a rivalry that it just doesn't quite exist anymore. Their first game is Wolves away. That's a half fucking game.
Yeah.
5:30 kick-off on Saturday as well.
My fancy team will allude to that.
Yeah. Look at Matt with the foreshadowing. Right, so we talked about Everton for some reason.
Because it's funny.
It is funny. Talked about Shaqiri. That's good.
Yeah.
To sum up with Shaqiri, made up. I am gutted that the firm on Twitter, the firm, the Twitter account.
Oh, yeah.
They called him getting the number 23 before it happened, and I was
no.
Fuck's sake. What if they turn out to be in the know?
No, they're not. It just means they'll get another million followers.
Yeah, it's like when
I wasn't expecting him to take the number 23.
I wasn't.
I don't know what I was expecting him to take, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything.
When
Fabinho took the number 3 yet?
Ish. He's played in it a couple of times now. I don't think you can get his number in the store yet.
Yeah.
My theory is there is a number he wants that somebody is currently occupying.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, maybe.
When I signed him on FIFA, I made him 15 when Sturridge left.
Okay.
So that put that idea in my head. I was like, well, what if that's what Liverpool are doing? Just waiting until he gets the number he wants. It's number 3 at no, he was number 2. Sorry, at Monaco.
Ooh,
which is Klein.
Yeah.
Klein's not going anywhere. Liverpool need him for the first game of the season.
Definitely do.
Because it's come out that
my fantasy team would allude to that too.
It's come out that Liverpool in the the players who were involved in the latter stages of the World Cup, they will be coming back a week before Liverpool's first game of the season,
which is for me
shite.
Surely too soon for them to start. So Henderson,
Lovren, Trent, I think Firmino's coming back at that point as well. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, but still, like he is technically a Liverpool player.
Yeah. Even if we look at new signings, for example, if Fekir gets completed, Fekir's just played in a World Cup final.
He'd be nowhere near the first team squad.
Yeah, exactly. So we're probably looking at the first month of the season is just a bedding-in period for those of them who've been away, which is horrible, really.
It's good that it's upsetting for Bobby, but the fact that he got knocked out a little bit earlier means he should be all right because he's going to meet up when they're at the France camp, isn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah. So he's missing the American tour, but he's going to meet up with them in France, and that should be enough time for him to be okay to start the league, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing as well is, although it's affecting us, we aren't the only team who's being affected by it.
No,
for example,
not at all.
Chelsea, Courtois, Hazard, or if Hazard's still there.
This is true.
After what he said yesterday.
Oh, what he said?
Did you not see it?
No,
mate. Eden Hazard yesterday come out straight after the game and said, after 6 wonderful years at Chelsea, I think it's time for me to look elsewhere. It's up to Chelsea and it's their decision, but everyone knows where I want to go. So he wants to go to Real Madrid.
So, okay, that's done.
So
they need a replacement for Ronaldo.
N'Golo Kante's been linked with Barcelona this week.
Yes, I've seen that as well.
Chelsea are going away this season.
So. Although, did you see they hijacked Jorginho to City?
Yeah, City are fuming.
Yeah,
City are absolutely
City are really
outraged by it.
They reckon they're going to sue.
By it.
They reckon they're going to sue, don't they?
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what grounds they have to stand on, to be fair.
Breaking contracts. So they had like a pre-contract thing. I don't know.
Do you remember Liverpool having that years and years ago with Jean Allen Boom song?
Oh God, yeah.
When he was he at Rangers at the time or something, and we shook Gerald Houllier shook hands with him and said yes, transfers are going to be done, and then he ended up signing for Newcastle the week after, and he was fucking terrible. Great times.
Jorginho might turn out to be shite then.
He might well do.
That'd be good.
Well, might well do. I mean, they have got a Matic-sized hole in that midfield, I suppose.
They do. But they're about to have a Kante-sized hole as well.
Yeah. That's a big
I don't think one player can fill those 2 holes.
No, I would probably
agree with that. Especially seeing as Kante is quite a very large hole, to be honest.
It really, really is. But, I mean, Chelsea are in trouble this season if they don't spend well. Watch them win the league. No, I've said that. Watch them win the league.
Nah. Well, maybe. But
you know what I mean?
It's Everton are finishing above them.
Fucking cliche, isn't it? Of just everyone going, you know what? They're going to struggle this season. They're going to struggle. No, they're top by Christmas and they've won the league by 20 points. But
it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be hard fun.
Chelsea, though.
I've asked you last week. We talked about our rivals in the top 6, and we agreed the top 4 is probably going to stay about the same. Arsenal and Chelsea are going to be trying to scrape back in.
Yep.
But what I didn't ask you, I'm not going to ask you who's going to drop out, because I think we both agree it could be either of them. Who comes in? Who comes into the top 6 if one of those two drop out?
I know Everton always have...
taking the Liverpool hat off to one side.
So it could be Everton, maybe with the new manager, some new signings. From what I've seen so far of the transfer window, probably West Ham. Which I knew you were trying to ease me towards anyway, but I agree. West Ham look good.
The reason I'm trying to ease you towards that is because Liverpool play them on the first week.
Yes, we do,
and we probably need. I think when the fixture list came out, everyone went West Ham first game of the season. Boss, great game to start with. Then you look at what they've done this window.
They've made about 7 signings, haven't they? And
they literally have made 7 signings.
Oh, excellent.
Their 7th signing today is Felipe Anderson from Lazio, who is a very, very good looking signing. They've got Yarmolenko coming in from Borussia Dortmund, Jack Wilshere, who will fit West Ham very well, and it was the most obvious transfer I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. Since Brendan Rodgers signed Joe Allen.
I miss Wee Joe.
Oh, Wee Joe. It's just...
I did think he looked like an Everton signing as well.
No, but West Ham all over. He's a Londoner.
That's true.
Who hates Spurs.
Yeah.
And it fits so well.
I suppose.
He'll do well there, I think. They've signed Fabianski as well. They went out and bought a centre-half. I think his name is Balbuena or something like that. Paraguayan centre-half.
Yes.
They signed him from the Brazilian league, and apparently he comes over very highly rated. But there's a lot going on there. I mean, too many signings rocks the boat sometimes and stuff like that.
But this seems like they're building something. But the thing is, how do you prepare for that West Ham team? Because they seem like an absolute unknown quantity now. They're going to play so different to how they did last year.
I think you've got to look at what Pellegrini did at City.
Yeah.
Maybe not City, actually, but what he did at Malaga when he was in Spain. And the type of football he'd look to play there instead. Maybe that's the best basis to go from. Because City, they've got quality players. They're going to swarm forward.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You might have to change your tune a little bit when you're at a team of West Ham's level instead.
They've got some bloody good players. Like, they've got all that attacking talent coming in, and they've got Arnautovic up top to finish it off.
This is going to be one of those games this season where... Do you remember Watford at home? Watford away, first game of the season,
3-0.
When I said, we aren't the only team who will drop points away at Watford.
Yeah. And lo and behold.
If Liverpool drop points against West Ham, and I'm not saying for 1 minute we're going to, because I think we've got enough about us with a new midfield, building forwards, we've got options off the bench as we've discussed already. I think we have enough to beat them, but if Liverpool were to drop points, Liverpool will not be the only team to drop points at West Ham this season. They already pick up points here, there and everywhere really from the Big Six.
Yeah.
So I think it's very interesting.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to some teams like Leicester maybe as well challenging for that top 6, and Burnley.
Leicester's a difficult one because they've just sold Riyad Mahrez. Harry Maguire's linked with everyone now.
Yeah, true.
Jamie Vardy's wrong side of 30. But they have just signed Ricardo Pereira from Porto.
Yep,
good signing that. There are going to be Wolves fans listening to this. Never. But there will be Wolves fans out there who are sitting there going, you know what, why can't we have a crack at top half?
Well, they've have a dodgy way of buying players, but...
Rui Patricio is a fucking inspired sign. Yeah. Really is. I'm surprised Liverpool haven't looked, or at least been linked with more of those Sporting Lisbon outcasts, shall we say?
Yeah.
Obviously we don't need William Carvalho, but we were linked with Gelson Martins last summer. Fucking hell, I'm leaving it, Mike. You do the rest.
Oh, what?
We were linked with Gelson Martins last summer.
Yep.
For 40 million quid. He's free now this summer. If it doesn't get resolved, he's free to go this summer. It's just. I'm just a bit surprised that teams aren't linked back in with him.
Well, maybe it is, but it's just a little bit under the radar because of the whole situation that is over there.
There was another one, I'm sure. I think his name's Bruno Fernandes, who they rated so highly. They gave him I think his release clause was 80 million quid, and now he's gone because of this whole contract thing. I want to just double check that before I. Say he's been released, but I'm sure he was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. 5 days ago, West Ham target Bruno Fernandes rejoins Sporting Lisbon.
Okay, fair enough.
So West Ham had made a £20 million. He's agreed a 5-year deal with €100 million release clause. So yeah, there's where I've got that from. I just want to make sure. Yeah,
West Ham do love a bid that is just nowhere near the value of the player, don't they?
20 million quid's weird for someone who's that highly rated. He's only 23.
Yeah, it's West Ham. They love a bid like that.
Yeah. But what got us onto West Ham?
Talking about teams that could push for top 6 this season.
Yeah, teams that could push for top 6 this season.
Burnley.
Yeah.
I know it's their first season in Europe, but
I think there's too much going on.
You reckon?
I think there's too much going on there. That squad's going to be stretched thin. And they've lost players already. I know that Arfield's gone to.
I just can't wait for Sean Dyche to nut some Ukrainian manager. It's going to be great.
The season started yet, Burnley? Are they one of those teams who have to fucking go through every single stage of the Europa League?
We'll have to have a check.
I know Rangers started their season and Stevie had his first win, 2-0. Well in Stevie, lad. One day.
Shouldn't be funny, whatever.
One day. Right, so what else do we want to talk about before the fantasy football?
Quick mention on the World Cup.
World Cup final.
And that was it. Just Lovren's comments in general, maybe?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's talk about Lovren's comments. I mean, we could talk about the World Cup final all we want, but France won 4-2.
Yep.
France did not deserve to win 4-2.
No.
It was a colossal failure for refereeing. Made VAR look very bad. Again, Kylian Mbappe is very good at football.
So is Luka Modric.
And so is Luka Modric. Did Luka Modric win a golden ball?
Yeah.
Fair enough, he was fucking brilliant. And I did say that.
You did. I called it first week.
Yeah. Well done, me.
But no, to be fair, credit to Croatia for getting to the final, because it's only about 4.5 million
population
of the whole country.
It's only a new country. It only started when Yugoslavia collapsed.
Of course,
didn't
it? It's ridiculous how a country that small, with not the football infrastructure that France has, can get a team with so much talent and get back to the final. And I don't think that's the end for that Croatia team. Some of the players are still quite young. There's Euros only 2 years away.
The key players are on the wrong side of 30, though.
No, I think they've
got
Modric
and Rakitic.
I think they've got one more tournament.
Modric is 32.
I think he's got one more tournament. He's that good.
I suppose he falls into the Pirlo category eventually, doesn't he? So, Lovren's 28 at this point.
He's still got a tournament or two.
Yeah. Mandzukic, wrong side of 30.
Yeah,
Perisic,
possibly Mandzukic might be his last, but
Perisic is about to turn 30. I don't know. I mean, I think it was one of those where this might have been their chance, but in a couple of years we'll come back and we'll look at it and we'll be like, they're too old now. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe. I have hopes for them.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And
the perennial dark horses.
No, I mean, and they did impress her. They had a great spirit about them as well, particularly against England.
Brilliant.
Yeah, particularly against England. Like, you know what? Actually,
all the comeback wins.
While we're talking about the World Cup, can we talk about how fucking shite England were and how the whole country just went? Yeah, England are boss of footy, but they played 2 teams who were any good. Well, 3 teams who were any good, I suppose.
I mean, they didn't beat any of them.
Colombia, exactly, had to do them on pens.
Yep.
Croatia got knocked out against them. Belgium beat them twice.
Yep.
I mean, the teams England have dispatched then: Tunisia, Panama, Sweden. Yeah,
not very good.
You would expect England to beat all 3 of those teams. I'm not trying to play down getting to the semi-final, because semi-final, no matter how you get there, is an impressive achievement for this England team.
But this England team was not playing as well as everyone would have you believe.
I would argue that everyone who's saying the future is bright now for England are selling them a lie, in the fact that they're going to go home now and they're going to be like, do you know what, yeah, we can build on this now and we're going to carry on the same thing. England needs to improve vastly.
Imagine what the crowd's going to be like next tournament. The crowds. The reason why this team seems to be enjoying themselves so much, and everyone seems to be enjoying themselves so much, is because no one had any hopes that England would do anything. And then all of a sudden, quarterfinals, semi-finals, it's coming home. It's going to be like that from the off next tournament. I mean, it's not going to be as enjoyable for anyone.
No, and England will get a harder group next time as well.
100%.
There's no way England. Well, actually, is next World Cup the one that's expanding to 48?
Oh God.
Because if it is, England are through again, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, because they're going to end up with fucking, like, I don't know, Kosovo or something.
I'm just thinking the Euros in 2 years. They're not going to do it. They're not going to get to the semi-finals.
Euros in 2 years is going to be a very difficult time for everyone, I think, because it's travelling around the continent, and that's difficult.
Yeah, well, it's not as difficult for the teams. I hate shit like that because it's the fans that suffer. Once again, it's UEFA and FIFA just not thinking about the fans at all. What was the other one? USA, Canada, Mexico joint bid for the World Cup in a while. It's like, that's just fucking stupid.
2026,
that is
I believe.
Absolutely stupid. That is an entire continent. That's a big fucking continent. That's bigger than Europe. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
For the players, it's fine. For the fans, it's ridiculous. You can't do it.
You say that. I mean, they're going to have to devise a system. Because if they've got games in... I assume Russia are going to be involved in the Euros. So if they've got games in Russia and games in France and games, down in Italy as well, they're going to have to think of a way of sorting this out, of arranging this, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I mean, the current setup, how many games...
time zones, you mean?
Well, no, it was in, like, England played with a 5-day gap, didn't they? You can't fly to fucking Russia and then have to fly back to Italy for the game after, do you know what I mean?
It is going to be weird.
You're going to have to be on one side of the continent, surely.
Okay, so you stick all the South Americans Russia side,
No, this is the Euros. This is the Euros.
Oh yeah, the Euros. Sorry. Okay,
yeah. Yeah. So
you cut it up into Scandinavian, Western, and Eastern, and then you have those blocks play. And then you all meet in the middle.
England against
Switzerland,
shafted.
Neutral ground, done.
England gets shafted, unless we did the home nations, in which case England would do very well. But England would get shafted, wouldn't it? Because it'd just be
France, Germany,
Spain, Portugal, Italy, Switzerland, Belgium,
oh dear,
Holland.
Where would be neutral ground to have it? In the middle of the Med.
Where's the final going to be?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, I don't fucking care. I don't care.
Weird.
Yeah, Lovren, yeah. So Dejan Lovren this week said that other people need to cut him some slack, basically, because he is one of the best defenders in the world, and people need to stop talking rubbish. I think it was, or something.
Yeah,
like that.
so he said that I've been getting a lot of flack this season. A lot of people have been saying I haven't had a good season, but I've gone to the Champions League final with
No, not gone. Not gone to. I've taken Liverpool.
No, that is a mistranslation.
Was it?
Yeah.
Right.
He's what he meant was I've been to, I helped get to, not I took.
I said that at the time. To be fair, I did say it's probably a mistranslation. I was going to follow that up with I think he's probably been mistranslated.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So he's gone to the Champions League final with Liverpool, and I've gone to the World Cup final with Croatia. Yeah. I am one of the from that. I am one of the best defenders in the world.
Fuck's sake! It's even funnier when you say.
No, and you know what? Fucking fair play to him. He's just won semi-final to get Croatia to World Cup final. He is allowed to think he's boss. He is allowed to think he's the best guy in the fucking world.
When I say it's funny, I don't mean it's funny because it's not true.
Yeah.
I mean it's funny because Dejan Lovren has allowed himself to say that.
Yeah,
he knows how many people at home are just sat there going, Degsy, what are you doing, lad? What are you doing?
I think he doesn't give a fuck.
I'm glad.
I think he loves winding up everyone.
I think I love him to bits. I always have done.
He was kicking the shit out of every Spurs player he could against England. It was brilliant. It was fucking
the fume on
exactly.
Him.
I think he loves it.
Yeah, I probably agree with you, to be honest. Yeah, well done, Degsy. My favourite reaction to it is Jurgen Klopp's. So Jurgen Klopp came out yesterday and he was asked, "What do you think of Lovren's comments?" And he just started laughing and he went, "Yep, I agree. It's probably better if Dejan wasn't the one saying it." But I agree with him.
No, and we all know that Dejan Lovren is a confidence player. If he gets inside his own head, he makes mistakes. Yeah. If he plays with confidence, like he knows he's great and like he knows all the players around him are great, he's a fucking world beater.
Maybe Loris Karius has got a lesson to learn from Dejan Lovren.
Back yourself. But maybe that's what Karius was trying to do with the weird Instagram video. I had to bring it up, I'm sorry.
Not talking about it.
Yeah, no,
I haven't even watched it.
No, neither have I. I don't dare. I've seen some stills from it and I'm like, oh, God.
Your fucking house is on fire, so you go and buy a fucking big tank of petrol and pour it on.
It's a bit overproduced, isn't it?
Just stay under the radar. Just literally just fly as low as possible, as close to the ground, so that no one can fucking pick you up. No, I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to LA, and I'm going to make this massive production video of me basically in what looks like an Armani underwear video.
You know what Lovren should do? Lovren should do the same thing, but like it should be like a boxing promo video, and he's punching bags with other defenders' faces on, or Harry Kane or shit like that, just to wind everyone up again. I just really want him to wind.
You know what I want more than anything? When they go away to USA, someone to do a spoof of it. And I want it to be Jimmy Milner, to be honest.
Oh my God, if Milner did it, it'd be brilliant.
I could see it being Moreno.
No, you can't even speak. Come on.
It'd be
unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable.
It'd be so funny, though. It'd be so funny. Like, probably brings Karius back in as well.
I think satire is one step too far for Moreno. I'm not sure if you understand.
Yeah, that's fair. Gini Wijnaldum stinks of it.
Oh yeah.
Danny Sturridge stinks of it.
Oh my God.
just a piss take video.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah. So condolences to Dejan. Hopefully Liverpool have got a World Cup winner coming back with them.
Nabil
Fekir came on for the last 15-20 minutes. Looked alright, had a decent effort.
Yeah.
Decent save from Subasic. He didn't. The game was won at that point. Didn't have much to do. But the important thing to take away from the World Cup is that he has in no way, shape, or form added to his value at all.
That's great. Might even have gone down.
No, exactly. It has gone down because Liverpool brought his value down. Maybe that's what Liverpool were banking on. Liverpool were just like, right, we'll release this. It'll bring his value down. And then even if he has a great World Cup, we'll just be like, all right, well, we'll give you the original deal then because he's a good footballer.
Clever.
Maybe. Or not.
But you got Michael Edwards on speed dial, have you?
Yeah, he's my better mate. No, it's Indy Kaler.
Oh my god, what a guy!
Yeah. Right, shall we move along to the Fantasy Premier League for this season? Then. Right, okay. So this takes up far too many hours of my fucking life every year.
It's going to take me a day to think of a name. At the minute, I'm just placeholder FC.
Carius, my wayward son again. Has come back.
Nice.
I retired it last season for Strawberry Shaqiri. After Jess came up with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've retired it. Now he's a Liverpool player.
Yeah. That was Genie and a Bootle once.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that.
That made sense when you said that out loud. When I first saw that, I was like, Genie and a Bootle. Oh yeah.
You're all idiots.
Fucking
I am wasted, unappreciated in my time.
It's alright. When you die, mate, honestly, God, we'll keep a list of everything you've ever done.
Just release my Twitter to everyone. It's gonna be
will
great.
do. You go
so
massive. So what we basically thought we'd talk about is players we think are going to be overpriced this season and not worth putting in your fantasy teams, and players we think are underpriced and will be worth putting in. We're not going to give everything away because we don't want to. I mean, I don't particularly want Matt to see my team, but for the sake of this, I'm willing to show him my team.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're good friends. I'm sure it will change before the first game of the season.
Anyway. I'm going to be tinkering with this up until the very last drop.
At the moment, I've got, and this is another segment of Mikey Reed's list.
Yay!
So I've got David De Gea in goal, Marcus Alonso, Ryan Bertrand, and Adam Smith from Bournemouth.
Oh, nice.
4-man midfield of Mohamed Salah, Naby Keita, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and Gerard Deulofeu.
Okay.
And then the front three of Aubameyang, Firmino, and Wilfried Zaha. And Matt's face is a picture.
You fucking... That was my front three!
Oh, lovely.
We were doing quite well.
Bench, I've got Lucas Fabianski. Based on what I've just been saying about West Ham.
Yep.
Bednarek from Southampton. Started a couple of games towards the end of last season. I think he'll come back in.
Yep.
Ogbonna from West Ham. Don't know if he will start, but Winston Reid is a bit injury prone. So.
Yeah.
And Oriol Romeu as well from Southampton because he's $4.5 million and he plays every week. So that's my team. That will change at least 15 times before
Mine might have
tomorrow.
To fucking change because I've got the same in front three.
There were plenty of other options in there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I was on an iron between Zaha and Arnautovic, to be honest. Same price.
Arnautovic I fancy a lot, to be honest.
I do.
But it depends.
I think I need to see what West Ham are going to be like first.
I want to see how Liverpool's pre-season goes before I start it because if I think Liverpool aren't going to hit the ground particularly well against West Ham, then that will get changed a little bit. But
so, shall I read out mine?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, this is the first edition of Matt Reads a List.
Yeah.
Okay, so David De Gea in net because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
Lascelles from Newcastle.
Good shout. Could go anywhere.
Nathaniel Klein because Trent is not going to be playing.
How much is he?
5.
Oh, that's a fucking hell of a shout. That because Trent's 5.5, isn't he?
Yes, and
I
think Trent's 5 and Robertson's 6. So I was thinking. Klein will be starting it for at least a few weeks, so that's a good price defender.
You're not scared Joey Gomez starts at right back?
No. I think Klopp sees him as a centre back now after some of the comments that Gomez made after the Tranmere game.
That's fair, but I just think
Klein's been starting right back in pre-season, and Gomez has been starting at centre back. So that's just what I see. Tompkins for Crystal Palace. I fancy Crystal Palace to keep quite a few clean sheets this season.
Yeah.
Obviously Salah, who will be the captain. Leroy Sané.
How much is it?
9.5.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but he is the Man City attacker who did not go to the World Cup. And he is going to be very, very fresh.
Fuck's sake.
Yep.
Stop putting logic
I've thought about this. Henrik Mkhitaryan and bringing the midfield to a close, Ruben Neves from Wolves.
Right. That's interesting because he's a holding midfielder more than anything else.
Yeah,
Sorry if that my mic went off.
He's got a hell of a sweet kick on him.
Yeah, he has.
He really, really does.
Yeah.
And if they get set pieces, he will be on all of them. So that's goals, that's assists.
Have you looked into that?
A little bit. And then obviously front three, Aubameyang, Zaha and Firmino.
I was expecting Jamie to be sat here with a notepad just writing all this down.
Bench is Speroni.
Yeah.
Kennedy, who's just signed a new deal with Newcastle.
Right.
Yep. And he's only 5 for midfield. He's quite good.
Yeah.
Schindler
from
Huddersfield's best centre back. He gets goals, he gets assists, and he's a marshal of the defence. And Sutton from Brighton, who's just fodder. He's the cheapest one who plays.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So you went with you've paid attention to things there, and I'm a bit annoyed at you for actually applying logic to things.
Thank you.
Well done, you.
Cheers.
I'm proud of you. So, I mean, if we look at some other players then who haven't quite made the cut for us, the ones in particular that we were both talking about before we started recording with the England lot, who have automatically become, for some reason, stupendously valuable. According to the... Where is it? So the team selected by percentage at the moment. Jordan Pickford is second behind De Gea and Fabianski. So they're my 2 goalkeepers. I'm proud of that, to be fair. I haven't even looked at this. Well done. Well done, me. Speroni's also on the top 5 there, so excellent. Well done you as well.
Cheers.
I'm surprised at that, because did he play? I thought Hennessy started for him.
I think he came in second half of the season and just won his place when Hennessy came back from injury. I think he just couldn't get back in. So, I mean, there's a definite trend here, because top of the defenders pick 22.1% Kieran Trippier, 20.2% Harry Maguire, 19.3% Trent Alexander-Arnold. None of these players will start the first and Trippier won't start roughly half of Spurs' games because he's going to be rotating with Aurier.
That's
madness. How they play.
This is madness. I feel like this is a good chance for us to win the fucking thing this year.
Shh, quick.
I know, yeah. That's been this week's story. No. I mean, looking at the midfielders a little less. So, Salah, 47.2% of teams.
He's an obvious one. Everyone's going to... Yeah.
De Bruyne's 26.2%, which I'm surprised at, to be fair. I was expecting him to be around the Salah mark, especially because he only cost 10.
Thing is... But I had him, then I switched him to Sané because I knew he's going to be back late.
Yeah.
Maybe some people have actually thought about it.
Maybe. Henrik Mkhitaryan, 21.8% of people.
He's very cheap and he lives on assists.
Jesse Lingard, 18.2%.
Yeah.
Good sign.
No, I like it. Yeah. I like it.
Lingard, it costs 7. We think Lingard's a good pick this year. But if we see anyone on this list that we think is a definite worth having, we'll call it out.
Oh, 100%.
Jesse Lingard's one of them. 7. He got...
it's annoying you can only pick 15.
Yeah,
I want a 23-man squad. Give me 200 million, I'll do it.
The draft this year is going to be interesting because the draft last year was... We didn't really know what we were doing because it was the first time they had it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, all right, okay, well, if I can get hold of Jesse Lingard this year, I'll be going for Jesse Lingard 100%. Kind of thing. Just to round off the top 5 of midfielders, Leroy Sané, 18% of people have got him.
Some people have thought about it.
Ruben Neves is 5, and he's 16.6% of people. He's 6th on that list.
Sterling's expensive this season. Have you seen? He's 11.
Raheem Sterling is the second most expensive midfielder after Hazard, isn't he? Or after Salah.
After Salah,
yeah.
So Salah's 13 and Sterling's 11.
Sorry, I expected Salah to be a striker for some reason. Even though he's in my team.
Yeah.
Ryan Sessegnon, while I'm on midfielders, Ryan Sessegnon's on here, 6.5.
See, I considered it, but he is a lot of money.
That is a lot for somebody who is 18 years old.
untested in
this league. I mean,
Neves is untested in this league as well, but I think I'm going to get a better points return on him for the price than I would with Sessegnon.
The other thing to think about with Sessegnon as well is Fulham's first games. They start at home to Crystal Palace, decent game, but it's a derby.
Yep.
Their next game, away at Spurs, that's at Wembley. That's a challenging game. It's another derby.
Will it? Are they at Wembley?
Well,
no.
Spurs, they will be.
No, they've got a new stadium, haven't they?
No, it doesn't open until we play them, mate.
No, but they're not playing at Wembley. That will be changed to home.
No, I'm sure they've asked to play the first couple of games at Wembley.
Oh, okay. I thought they asked for the deal that we got, where they got switched from home to away.
I think it'd turn into like their first 8 or.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay, away from Wembley. I'm pretty sure it's Wembley for the first couple, but then they've got Burnley away, Burnley at home. Sorry, Brighton away and City away. It's
a mixed bag.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for a team like Fulham, there are no easy games in the Premier League. That's the third proper cliche I've got in this episode. I've done well, haven't I? But I think for 6.5, I mean, when you think for 0.5 more, you can get Jesse Lingard.
Yeah,
for 0.5 more, or Mkhitaryan, or Pascal Gross.
Yes,
I mean,
I underlined about him as well, but I think Brighton might really struggle this season.
It's madness to me. So looking at the forwards now. So top of the forwards list, who do you think is the most picked forward?
Harry Kane.
No.
Really?
It's Roberto Firmino.
Yes, Bobby.
37.7% of people pick Bobby for 9.5, including the pair of us.
Harry Kane never scores in August. That's it.
And Harry Kane's is at a World Cup.
Yeah, but people already we've.
Yeah, I know. Harry Kane is second. 35.3%.
Fucking idiots.
12.5 mil. Wilfred Zaha, 30.6%. 7 mil, as we discussed. Both think it's a great signing. And Arnautovic, same price, 23.1% of people. So, there are obvious signings that I think a lot of people are going to get right behind straight away. Arnautovic is a Harvey and strikers has thrown a cat amongst the pigeons with it, really, to be fair, because a lot of us would normally go with like Callum Wilson's a typical one for me, always ends up in my team at some point.
Yes, he ends up in mine as well. Chris Wood was going to be one. I like Chris Wood. I like Burnley, but again with Europe, I think they might be rotating a bit, stretched a little bit. So I chose against him.
That's fair. Rounding off the top 6 this time, because that's all that's here. Aubameyang, we both got. 21.8% of people.
Honestly, I think you're stupid if you don't get Aubameyang.
Yeah, I
really do.
Agree.
He's going to be the focal point of that Arsenal team. And
he's not been
defensively, they might not be very good, but that front four is good.
Yeah,
that front four is good.
And we didn't mention it earlier, but Unai Emery has said that there will be no more signings for
Oh God,
Arsenal.
I saw that.
They're done.
You'd be fuming, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They got a keeper, a centre back.
They signed a keeper, centre back, right back, and a centre midfielder.
Which, on the face of it, looks like they are the positions that they needed.
But they've also lost Mertesacker, Wiltshire, and Cazorla.
Yes.
So basically, they've bought a right back and lost a centre midfielder and got a goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's
going
to be interesting.
Strange.
To be fair, like. It got said months ago, like there's only so much money that they've got to spend, and that's it.
Maybe he views the youth as like promising enough there,
maybe
to carry on with.
Oh, we're going to see lots of El Neni and Iwobi and all that. Maitland-Niles again.
Maitland-Niles in particular, yeah.
He could be a shout. And he's going to get some games.
He is. We'll have a look at Arsenal. Maybe not today, but we'll have a look. So, the other one, Lukaku, 17.3% of people have got him.
Of course. He's played a lot over the World Cup. I'm not sure how good he's going to be when he first comes back. I'm not sure if it's like the same for every team. I know Klopp likes to give players 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
So that's why they're coming back a week before. I'm not sure what the other managers are doing, but I can't imagine they're going to be fully fit for the start of the season.
Yeah. This is the thing. I think the first week the team that's top is going to be very weird.
Yeah.
It's not going to have any of the typical names in it. There's going to be no Sterlings, no Hazards. There'll be a Salah in it maybe. There's going to be no De Bruyne. We're speaking, as you say, it varies. Pep might want De Bruyne back quicker. Klopp has insisted everyone's having 3 weeks break, so we're not going to see Alexander-Arnold first week of the season.
No.
Fair enough, we understand that. We're not going to see Jordan Henderson first week of the season, but for Man City, they might look at De Bruyne as too valuable to not play.
Maybe.
So,
he is the kind of one player they have, but they don't really have a replacement.
Yeah. What's up with him?
He's warm. Bless him.
He is warm.
I'm
fair.
warm as well. I'm going to start crying in a minute.
Yeah, fair enough. So, looking at keepers, I want to try and look for some value then in this, because we've looked through a couple who've been picked by a lot of people. So if we start looking for some value in these, I've gone for anyone under 5. Okay. I might pick. I'm just going to do one pick. So should we do that in each position? We'll just do one pick for each position, and we'll say that's who we value as under the radar.
Yeah,
decent signing.
Yeah.
Okay. So mine for this, I've already give it away. Really, would be Fabianski.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Fabianski will play for West Ham this season. They've spent too much money on him to not keep him put him in goal. Sorry. So I think Fabianski. And we've already spoken what we think West Ham might do well this season.
True.
See, there was a point to that. I wasn't just bringing it up about West Ham for no reason. So I think that's a good shout. I can't quite get behind the Jordan Pickford phenomenon at the moment, because you don't know how Everton are going to turn up.
So do you want under 5 and is going to start?
Well, just anyone you think
starts in your fancy team.
Anyone who you think is a decent value keeper that you could have.
I think Dubravka from Newcastle.
But £5 mill's a lot for a goalkeeper from Newcastle.
I think they're going to keep a lot of clean sheets this year. I really, really do.
With Rafa's
had a season with them in the Premier League. They've managed to stay up. He's had another pre-season with them, getting them really, really drilled. I don't think it matters too much what the hell happens with Ashley and that with signings. But I think with Rafa, they're going to be good. And when Dubravka came in, he's a bloody good keeper.
Yeah, he is a good goalkeeper. He is a good goalkeeper.
If he doesn't get clean sheets, he's going to get save points. He's going to get lots of points for saves.
I sort of agree, but when you look at the other prices, you got
possibly
Cech and Leno at 5.
Yeah, I mean, I like Speroni at 4.5. That's why I've got him.
Also, you have to remember as well, Lascelles is very sought after this summer. If Lascelles go, that Newcastle defence all of a sudden just looks less assured, doesn't it?
Maybe, but that just might mean more save points for Dubravka.
Maybe. I mean, you're the eternal optimist there.
I am.
But
I think he's a shout.
But other keepers for that price: Cech, Leno, Pope,
I don't
Pickford,
Arsenal's defence.
Schmeichel. Leicester keep clean sheets, mate.
Nah,
and
maybe.
Schmeichel makes a lot of saves.
He does.
Both of our keepers are £5 million.
Yeah.
Karius and Mignolet. Or maybe.
Yeah, do you really want to give a
Danny Ward might be shouting on £4.5 million.
Ooh.
£4.5 million. If Danny Ward's starting the season,
that could be very interesting.
That could be very interesting.
Well, if we haven't signed one just before,
maybe Danny Ward's going to be team.
But then I'd have to take out one of Salah, Firmino, or.
I'll sacrifice Keita for that.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm not sure if I want to sacrifice Klein.
Yeah, it needs thinking about.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. Once you start looking at other people's teams, you're like, fucking hell, that's a decent shout as well. Begovic 4.5. Matt Ryan 4.5. Wayne Hennessy 4.5.
Both the Burnley keepers, they're 5.
Yeah. I don't know. Right,
I don't know which one starts the season, to be honest. So that's why I stayed away from Burnley.
Yeah, that's fair.
Same with Burnley defenders. I'm not sure which is their back four.
I wouldn't even want to guess.
Exactly. They rotate quite a lot. It's
Ward, Jakupovic, me, and Matthew Lowton.
Yeah.
That's their back four.
You reckon?
Yeah. That was last season anyway.
Okay, fair.
All right. So, who do you see as a certain pick that you have to have in defence this year? Then
defence, then. Okay.
And a value sign for defence. I think that's the best way to go about this. Actually, yeah, a value sign and someone who everyone has to have
in defence.
Because for me, if I go first, sorry.
I've gone cheap on my defence, so I don't know.
For me, I think everyone has to have Marcus Alonso.
He's so much money, though.
He's 6.5 a year.
That is so much.
But to name the people around him, Azpilicueta plays centre half.
Yep.
Otamendi, somehow. Kyle Walker and Antonio Valencia. Out of them, Marcos Alonso just scores goals, mate.
Yes, but we have no idea what this Chelsea team is going to do this year. Absolutely no idea.
7 goals from left back last season.
I know, it's a lot. But
Victor Moses is 6 this year. That's so many.
That is so many monies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mendy might be a shout this season.
Yeah.
6. But yeah, that's my shout for must-have. And I
don't really have a must-have. I went for must-haves up front and in midfield. That's how I go.
That's fair. And if you are like, I normally go for, I need this player in goal, I need this defender, this midfielder, and this attacker, and then I'll fill the gaps with.
I tend to like to go for, like, at least for top 4, top 6. I want one of their best players.
Yeah.
I haven't gone for a Chelsea player. I haven't gone for a Spurs player.
Yeah.
Because Spurs players are really quite expensive, and Chelsea, I have no fucking idea. I just don't know what they're going to do this year. Fuck knows if Alonso's even going to be here. I might reconsider it, but they're a very strange team at the minute, and I don't want to spend that much money on someone. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. My cheap option would be any of the West Ham defence. I know that's a bit of a cop-out.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But other than Creswell, I think he's about 5.5. But Winston Reid, Ogbonna, Zabaleta, Rice, Oxford and Diop, all 4.5. If any of them start at all, West Ham are going to pick up points this season.
Yeah.
There's going to be clean sheets involved in it as well. I mean, you could make an argument for some of the Huddersfield defenders. The Newcastle case you've just put forward really makes I can never say his name. Lejeune, or is it?
Something like
or whatever. I can never say his name, but yeah, it's only 4.5 as well.
True,
that could be a shout.
I fancy Lascelles a bit more. Gets goals and assists from like set pieces.
Yeah.
And he's their leader. If anyone's going to get bonus points from their defence, it's probably him.
Yeah, that's fair. It's whether they can keep hold of them.
It is whether they can keep hold of them. I believe Rafa's come out and said everyone can fuck off about Lascelles, to be honest. Maybe I'm paraphrasing.
Rafa can say that all he likes. Mike Ashley might.
Yeah, no, this is true. This is true. But there must be a reason Rafa's still there. He might have got some assurances from Ashley.
What if this is the one though where he just turns around and goes, "All right, you've sold me best player from underneath me."
No, that's fair. And like Rafa, he's a principled man, and he would do that.
You can't. After what he did with Fix and Gillette, he's not going to take any of them there.
No.
So, yeah, I completely. Yeah. Okay, so go on. Are you sticking with Lascelles as your cheap bargain?
Lascelles or Klein? I think Klein's a great shout for the first month. I think Klein's brilliant.
I think that's a fucking good shout.
Yeah,
no, genuinely.
Cheers. You're not allowed it. We're not allowed it. You're banned.
We will see. It's whether Klein is a better shout than Danny Ward, because for 4.5, Danny Ward.
Yeah, that's cheap for a starting keeper.
Yeah,
it's really cheap for a starting keeper.
But what you'd say is, would you? Because I could take Danny Ward out. I could take the hair out, and then I can put Ward in, and then I've got another 1.5 mil to put into midfield.
And would Ward's saves plus clean sheets outweigh Klein's clean sheets plus assists?
Yes.
See, I think he's looked quite different in pre-season. He's looked more attacking. He's looked like he's putting in some crosses and taking out some players, which is different to the Klein that we knew. I don't know. I feel like,
remember the level, mate. I
do.
Wait until the medical when we start playing against City, United,
maybe then. Yeah,
Dortmund, things pre-season as well.
He, like it or not, he will be starting for probably the first month of Liverpool.
I don't have a problem with him because I know it'll be. It's more than likely going to be a short-term thing with Klein. The problem is if he plays himself into form, I can see Alexander-Arnold's just getting put to one side, and I don't really want that. I want Alexander-Arnold back in as quickly as he can because I think he can develop into the best right back in the country.
Yeah.
Which I think there was a case for. I was screaming at the telly yesterday when England were playing because, like, being the fella I am, I think I'm a better manager than everyone.
Of course.
Danny Rose comes off, and rather than bringing Alexander-Arnold on, Who did he bring on for him? Delph.
Yeah.
Like, put Delph at left back. Why would you not put Alexander-Arnold at left back and Trippier at right back, and then you've got two of the best crossers in England crossing the ball into Harry Kane, who's one of the best in the year? It fucking baffled me. Anyway,
you want to hear a great stat?
Go on.
Harry Kane's last shot on target at the World Cup was the penalty against was it Colombia or was it
Colombia? Fucking hell.
Yeah, his last shot on target at the World Cup.
That's not true.
No,
it is true.
Post does not count.
It will be true actually, because the goal that was disallowed for offside, the miss. Mm-hmm. But it was a great save anyway.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, Google the Subasic save from Kane.
Oh yeah. When you see it in slow motion, you see he does actually get a hand on it.
It's a fucking incredible foot.
Sorry.
Yeah. So on to the midfield then. Yep. So who do you need? Mo.
It's Mo.
Yeah.
he's a must buy. Like, he's very expensive, but there's a fucking reason. He's very good at football.
Yes. Sorry about that. So if Mo's the one you have to have, who's the bargains this year?
Mkhitaryan at 7. Mkhitaryan is
man.
Yeah. I think he's a bargain. I think Kennedy is a bargain at 5 for Newcastle. I think he's going to be good. Let's have a look. Who else?
I think Ademola Lookman for Everton is a decent shout as well, 5.5.
You reckon?
Loftus-Cheek might be a shout at 5.5 as well, depending on where he goes this summer.
Yeah, where he ends up. That's going to be key. If he goes back to Palace, I think I think Loftus-Cheek could be a very good shout.
James Milner at 5.5. I don't know if he's going to... Right, no, it depends on how Liverpool start the season.
Yep.
But if Millie does play every week, which, Klopp relies on him very much.
Yeah.
He's always dependable. He's our pen taker, unless Fabinho takes it off him. Fabinho is world class at penalties.
Yes, I have heard.
Which means, is it worth putting Fabinho
in? Maybe.
I'm joking. He cost 6.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. I haven't actually looked at how much it was. But yeah, he's a defensive midfielder. Thing with Milner is, I think if he's going to start for the first month, I think it's going to be in Henderson's place. So maybe Fabinho's not ready, maybe Milner is. Because Milner is always ready. Won the fucking bleep test.
He beat Naby Keita.
Oh my god.
We're not going. Naby Keita can run like a marathon. Like he's basically what's called Mo Farah.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's James Milner as Mo Farah apparently.
It's Milner. To be fair, it was Lallana who was the last one to drop out, wasn't it? So fair play to him.
Stunning.
Because Keita dropped out in the second to last round. Lallana dropped out in the last round, and Milner was the only one who was still going at a ridiculous speed.
Boss.
He's just brilliant.
He is. A shout out as well, I think, for Jared Deulofeu, who is in my team at this point in time. 5.5 for somebody who Barcelona didn't really want to let go of. And he is tricky, and it just takes a manager to have a bit of faith in him for the best to come out of him. Everton fans were furious he didn't go back there.
Yeah.
So it just tells you, and say what you want about them, but if they watch a player, they'll get on his back if he's shite. And the fact that they wanted Deulofeu back suggests how good he actually could be. So yeah, I think he might be worth a little punt there. 5.5 if you're looking for a bench filler, maybe. Just a fella, a Xherdan Shaqiri, if you will. Has he been added yet?
How to say? How much is Xherdan Shaqiri?
Let me just check if he's been added.
He's gonna be about 6.5 or 6. Go to Stoke then. See how much he is.
Stoke got relegated.
Oh shit! Yeah. They're not. Oh yeah. Stoke. Fuck him.
Yeah, Shaqiri's not been added yet, but when he is, be interesting. Definitely.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you reckon to? I had it a second ago. Where's he gone? Never mind. Talk amongst yourself.
Okay. Will do.
What do you reckon to Yarmolenko at 7? Like you've been bigging up West Ham. Like there's a lot of good players.
See, I wanted to have a look how much Felipe Anderson will be. I think he'll be about 8 to be honest, because he's a new signing. But he comes with like a massive hype around him.
Yeah, comes with a bit of a pedigree.
Whereas Yarmolenko's been Dynamo Kiev, Dortmund. Comes across as a very good player. Whenever he's played against the English team, particularly Everton in the not in Champions League, definitely not Champions League, Europa League. He's played well. He looks like a good player. It's whether he takes the English game.
it is dangerous getting in new signings immediately.
We've seen Ukrainians come to the Premier League with decent reputations, and I'm looking at Andrei Shevchenko and Andrei Voronin. Between the two of them had decent reputations before they came to England, and the pair of them left with their reputations in tatters, really. Yeah. Particularly Voronin. I still can't believe how shit he was, you know. Right, so I think, have you got any other midfielders that you think's worth?
No Richarlison this year. Like he took the league by. He's 6.5.
Nah, too many.
No, too many.
Yeah,
I suppose for 5.5 more, you can get Lingard or Mkhitaryan.
Exactly the case that I was making before. 6.5. You have to be careful.
You go much lower though, and there's not really. Richie for Newcastle's quite good. Fred for United, but we have no idea too much about anymore.
Fellaini might be a shout.
Yeah, to be fair, like
used them as a battering ram, doesn't he? To be fair, so he might well be worth a shout for 5.
Naby Keita for Brighton.
Naby Keita's 7.5 as well.
I think it's too much. Much. I'm not sure if he's going to get the same kind of return as Mkhitaryan would for 5 less.
That's fair. You're just playing down Liverpool's most exciting signing for years.
I'm not. I don't think he's a scorer in a fantasy league. You prick.
Nah, it's fine. It's like N'Golo Kante. He might be the best midfielder in the Premier League at what he does, but unfortunately he doesn't get you any points on this, so it's not worth having.
Exactly.
He's only worth like 5 on this, I think.
Yeah.
Him and Bakayoko. Alright, so on to the forwards then. I think we both agree that the bargain is on this one, don't we? It's Wilfried Zaha.
It might be, but I'm considering Arnautovic as well, and I love Chris Wood, but I'm cheating on him this year, I think.
See, the problem with Zaha is that his first game, as we were saying before, will be against Fulham, away at Fulham. Mm-hmm. But that's if he stays at Palace. He's heavily linked at the moment with Everton, and he slot into Everton so well. He would be
quite good for Everton.
And away at Wolves is a different prospect.
Yep.
But I think for him at Everton's start of the season is pretty nice. So another list. After Wolves away, challenging game. Southampton at home, Bournemouth away. Everton have then got Huddersfield at home, and they follow that up with a trip to West Ham.
Yeah.
So it's still not nice, but it's nicer than what they've had in recent years. I'm sure last year they had to play like the top 6 in like their first 10 games or something like that. So I think Zaha's worth a punt no matter where. If he goes to Everton, of course, out of the 2, I think he's worth a point at 7.
Definitely, yeah. I'm just trying to see any cheaper strikers. I don't really see any bargains.
Sorry, something I've just remembered I wanted to mention while we're on midfielders. I wanted to mention people who aren't worth it.
Oh, yes.
Like, Raheem Sterling at 11. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That is so many. Alexis Sanchez at 10.5 as well, considering the start of the season he had at United last year.
And he's a year older now. He's losing. He will be losing pace. That's just.
But the main one I wanted to say isn't worth it is Riyad Mahrez. 9
for City's bench.
Fucking. I mean, on the logic we've already applied though, Sterling and Jesus will be back late. Maybe Aguero will be. Maybe Mahrez
if Firmino's going to be alright to start for us, I imagine Jesus is going to be alright to start for them.
I mean,
they've got Aguero.
No, that's what I just said. Yeah. But you know what? The relationship with Aguero and Guardiola's always been a bit different. But
true.
If he starts the season with Sané, Aguero, and Mahrez, I mean, then he becomes worth it. But it's whether you carry on from there. Do you know what I mean? Once the first choice names are back, and it's whether Mahrez starts over Bernardo Silva as well.
Exactly. Maybe he's to drop in a little bit deeper and fill the De Bruyne role.
Maybe, and that'd be interesting to see.
It would be interesting
because he's a very good footballer, and fuck off City. Yeah. So on to strikers again. Sorry.
Someone else who I think is too much. I think Ali at 9.
Ali at 9 is probably too much.
I think Ali at 9. When you can get Son at 8.5, much better. Ericsson at 9.5, much better. I just think those points returns would be like loads better than what Ali would.
That's fair. I think Lacazette's a steal. You know, at 9.5.
Really?
Lacazette and Aubameyang formed this little partnership between each other last year.
I think it's going to be Aubameyang that's going to be finishing stuff off, though.
Mate, last season, in his first season, like we agree, Lacazette didn't have a great season last year. Got 14 goals.
Yeah.
14 is a good return from that. And Aubameyang got 10 from January. He's a no-brainer this year. I might just... I mean, not the first week because they're playing City, but I might have a quick look at putting Lacazette in at some point.
Oof.
Morata's 9.
Too much.
Too many.
It's too many. He's crap. He's fucking shite.
Rashford, if he had a different manager at 7.
Yeah, no, I was looking at him, especially with Lukaku coming back late, but it's Mourinho. He's not going to change. He will be playing Lukaku up top.
Who starts up front for West Ham this season? You know, we've spoke about them for some reason at length this episode. Who starts?
You're their biggest fan.
I am, clearly.
Well, you're the expert, you tell me.
No, I'm asking, genuinely asking, because Arnautovic did occasionally last year, but I don't see Pellegrini doing it. What I see Pellegrini doing, from what I know of him, is playing 4-2-3-1. Mm-hmm. So I see the normal a back four, and then Wiltshire starting alongside probably Mark Noble, and then the 3 behind will be Felipe Anderson, Arnautovic, Yarmolenko. Fucking hell, that's good. For West Ham, that's quality.
Yeah.
But then the striker... Is it Chicharito?
Could be.
Is it Andy Carroll if he's fit? Yeah. Is it Mikel Antonio?
No, I think if it's Andy Carroll, you've got 2 big guys to be up top there, because Arnautovic's just behind.
I think Chicharito's a shout then.
I think it's too many.
6.5.
Okay.
I think Chicharito's a shout if he starts the first game.
Maybe.
I mean, he's been away with the World Cup, hasn't he? So he won't be back until later on to pre-season anyway, so we won't be able to gauge what Pellegrini's doing with him.
Yeah.
But I think Chicharito's a good shout there.
That is a good idea, actually. And it's cheap.
And
who do you take out for him? Do you want to take out Zaha?
I might take out Bobby first week.
What?
Depends if he plays or not, mate.
He's playing. He's playing. I mean, guarantee. Sorry, it's happening.
Do you not think, now that we have an option in Xherdan Shaqiri, that the first game Liverpool could start with Salah as the main striker, Mane and Shaqiri up as the front 3,
possibly,
and then give Firmino an extra week to recover? Because let's not. I mean, we haven't exactly got the hardest start of the season either, I don't think.
No, it's quite nice. We got a nice start. We got a reasonable Christmas, and we've got a
There's no shite run.
Yeah.
But our second game is away at Palace. And I would rather have Firmino off firing at 100% for away at Palace than I would at home for West Ham. And I think Shaqiri, West Ham, if they're going about it with this new swagger and this new attack about them, maybe playing a counter-attacking team in Shaqiri, Salah and Mane, there's fucking pace in that front 3.
There is, but I think we're going to need to be at our best with our best players on the pitch for West Ham, because there's such an unknown quantity this year.
I don't see him starting. I
okay.
don't.
Fair enough.
It depends when he comes back. If he comes back a week beforehand, which he is probably doing. Yeah. I heard the rumour he's coming back with the England lads, but I don't know how true that is.
Klopp said he's coming back the week before to their France camp.
That's only 2 weeks pre-season, no?
True.
And then...
But he didn't play much.
He didn't play much, and that is something that has to be remembered, I suppose. He was training daily. He gets 3 weeks off, though, and then he comes... It depends how he comes back.
Overweight with white hair. Have you seen his hair? It's fucking boss.
I love it.
I love it. It's great.
He's mad.
Still not as white as his teeth.
I love him. Someone else who might be worth a little punt, as he always is Callum Wilson. 6.
Of course.
6.
Nice and cheap.
Regular as clockwork.
He's guaranteed at least 1 hat-trick this season.
Do you know?
It's just guessing when.
Do you know who else might be worth having a look at?
Who?
Danny Ings.
Oh,
5.5.
Really?
Jamie?
That's good.
Yeah, 5.5, and he said about he wants to go to Newcastle or someone like that. Well, he hasn't said that directly.
No, if he goes to Newcastle,
5.5.
He's better than Perez.
It's a fucking shout, isn't
it?
I'm just looking at it through now.
Rafa would love a player like him as well.
He's just so industrious, isn't he?
Yeah.
And
like Count.
Rafa's first 2 games, Newcastle have got Spurs at home. Mm-hmm. Decent game.
It's, Spurs hate playing Newcastle.
Yeah. And then Cardiff away. Tricky because it's a promoted team.
Of course, but you've got to fancy Newcastle there.
I think if Danny Ings is leaving Liverpool this year for anyone around Newcastle. That's just the one that we keep hearing about.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even if he goes to any promoted team, Danny Ings will do bits for 5.5.
He would, definitely.
Yeah.
And that is a great shot. You know what, that's going to free up a lot of money for improving my defence, possibly.
Dom Solanke's 5 as well, depending on where he goes. Needs confidence, mate. Needs confidence.
I'm not sure if he's going to go out.
It depends what Origi and Sturridge do.
Yeah.
We spoke about that already. Go back and listen to previous episodes if you want to have opinions on that. But that's it, really. Jerome Sinclair, 4.5. Fucking hell, what happened to him? Remember when he was going to be the next best thing?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Just like, who was that United player that they said was better than Sterling?
Adnan Januzaj.
That's him, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things happen.
Alright, I think we've covered enough there, and we're on an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, it's flown mad, hasn't it? So
it's a fantasy footy, lad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we could fill a segment in this every week, it'd be great.
I'm spending all next week coming up with my name. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll open with that next week. Mine is, as I say, Carrier's My Wayward Son.
I like it.
Because it fits so well. Just flick that lamp on for us. So I can see your face.
That's nice.
There we go. I can see your face just as we're about to finish. So
I bet your eyes.
Who do you think is going to take the most points this season? Is it Mo?
It is Mo. It's Mo.
Yeah.
He's not a one season wonder.
I'm not saying he is, but
who do you think?
I mean, I'm going to be different because what fun is this if we agree every week? I think Leroy Sané's got a lot to do this season. You know, he's got so much to prove after what Germany did to him. Yeah, and I completely agree with why you've put him in, and I might have a little shuffle later.
Yeah,
I'm just looking more and more at Bobby, and I'm just like, you probably aren't starting the first game.
Yeah, maybe. Free up some funds first. That could be okay.
Yeah, but then it's getting the funds back around.
Exactly. There's lots of shuffles, and generally I play my fucking wildcard like 3 weeks in because I've got it horrendously wrong.
There's a lot to think about this year. There really is.
Yeah. It's going to be a good season of footy. It's going to be a good season of fantasy footy.
Quite excited about it. Okay, so thank you very much for listening again. If you sat through to the end, I hope it was worth it. I hope we've given you some food for thought this year. We will change our teams so much. We'll probably get a league going at some point. I assume so.
Yeah.
Because why not? So if you could, if you liked what you hear, could you share this with anyone you think you'll enjoy it? Like us on Facebook.
Or anyone who hates it.
Yeah.
That'd be good as well. Any Everton fans, you know.
Really? Just anyone? Just anyone. So it says that someone's been listening to this, really. Bye, Riley. So yeah, if you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on the normal things, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Podbean. I was going to say do what you do on Reddit, but I don't even know what we're doing on Reddit anymore.
We'll stick it somewhere on Reddit.
Yeah, we'll find somewhere on Reddit. There's so many things that exist on Reddit that I'm sure it will appear at some point. I reckon we just keep posting on Liverpool.
I don't want to get banned again.
Nah, you get banned again. It's not worth it. Fucking grass.
It's fine, damn it.
I don't even know what arm we were causing. But yeah, thank you very much for anyone who does listen and stick with us for every week. It really, really, really is appreciated because we do enjoy doing this a lot. Yeah. Now that the World Cup is over, vive la France. Now that the World Cup is over, we can focus solely on Liverpool now.
Yay.
And their rivals in particular. So I think basically what we'll do is we'll look each week at what Liverpool can do going forward in the transfer market, because I said to you, didn't I, last week we'll look at what positions we still need.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember what we said last week now.
I reckon we should draw up our own plans maybe. For what to do with the rest of this window.
Yeah, that's fair. And maybe we'll take a closer look. I know we had a big look at the top 6 last week, but maybe we'll take a closer look at team specific stuff. See the run-ins and stuff like that. It should be good. Hopefully it's worth listening to, and it's free, so what are you complaining about, really? You should just listen to it anyway. Just have it on.
Yeah, why not?
It's really appreciated. Yeah, so that's been this week's The Story of a Poor Boy. Thank you again for listening.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.